The religion of the contemporary public square is secular, naturalistic atheism. The religion of the contemporary public square is secular, naturalistic atheism. Maybe there is somebody here or listening online now or later who has an atheistic worldview. You may not necessarily believe that there is no God, but God is not a part of your life. And you don't spend 2 thoughts a day thinking about God. So you may have just a secular atheistic viewpoint, even though you're not an avowed atheist. My first thing is to thank you for coming, and thank you for tuning in, thank you for listening, and I hope that I'm able to accurately depict what is the atheistic viewpoint and what is the Christian worldview on this matter. The usual question that is asked from the atheistic viewpoint is, if there is God, why is there suffering? And this is the argument that is made. If God exists, evil and suffering cannot exist at the same time. Suffering exists, therefore God does not exist. Now, the Christian viewpoint that I will give later will answer that question, but I have some counter questions for this atheistic viewpoint. Let's assume that there is no God, okay, and that the universe was created uncaused by an uncaused Big Bang, one of these 7 uncaused theories that they have on the Big Bang, and 13.6 billion years ago, and we all evolved from primordial soup. Let me ask you a couple of questions. Where did evil and suffering come from? From the atheistic viewpoint, we all came from primordial soup. Where did evil and suffering come from? In fact, where did morality come from? Where did the fact that something is right and something is wrong come from? If we came from single cells, or if we came from biochemical particles. In fact, where did the idea that evil is bad and good is good come from? You see, you've got to go beyond the mere fact of something being evil and good. You've got to go beyond that to recognize that evil is evil and good is good. Where did that come from? To the question, why is there evil from the atheistic standpoint, you know what answer they have? Nothing. There is no answer. The biologic basis of atheism is naturalism, and naturalism is Charles Darwin's theory of natural selection, where we came from a single cell, and over time, because of the survival of the fittest, the fittest are now here. I know we may not think so, but we are the fittest that are here, and the weak ones disappeared over time. For the fittest to survive, they must overcome the weak. So there is no place for compassion, no place for tenderness, no place for love for the weak. How would this play out over time? Charles Darwin himself said this in The Descent of Man when he wrote, at some future period, the civilized races of man will almost certainly exterminate and replace throughout the world the savage races. Charles Darwin himself predicted that the logical outcome of his theory of natural selection would be genocide. And that is exactly what happened 150 years later when Hitler came on the scene. In his book, Mein Kampf, Hitler's words reflect Darwinian language when he makes the case to exterminate the Jews. Ladies and gentlemen, the position of naturalistic atheism promotes evil and suffering.